Welcome back to another episode of the Curly Foundation's 2024 Boys2MEN Leadership Summit podcast. Woo! I am your host, Jayana Crowley, our media director, and I am joined by some lovely guests tonight. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Okay, I'm Treyshon Thornton. I am a father. I have a degree from the great Langston University.
Okay.
I graduated in 2018 with my degree in agriculture business.
Solid. My name is Ellis Hudson. I'm a mentor for the Curly Foundation. I'm a lead ambassador trainer as well. I graduated in 2024 with a degree in psychology. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for being here tonight. Super excited to have you guys on our podcast this evening. How's today been for you guys? Y'all been chilling? Y'all been vibing? What's been the vibes?
Today has been long, honestly. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work today, getting it in.
Yeah.
Making sure that the young kings are equipped with the things that they need to succeed in life. And today we have been heavy on leadership, how their future look, and just kind of giving them that vision and challenging them to have that greater vision of themselves.
So I definitely agree. Today has been long. For me as a lead ambassador trainer, I have long nights. So I never really get to know what sleep feels like on these summits. So yeah, ended the night at 1 p.m., got up at 8. But just like Tracy said, just teaching them. And today was a heavy focus in writing and future planning, having tomorrow's headline, the activity we like to call it. Just have them think about their lives 20 years from now and just think about what they've accomplished and who they see themselves as. So yeah, today has been a very good but also constructive day.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I love to hear that. I always like tomorrow's headline because it's good to get them doing that future thinking, you know what I mean, and think about where they really want to be in life.
Yeah.
And I know it's challenging, you know, like it's really hard because it's like, okay, where do I want to go and how do I really put like pen to paper where I'm really expressing like this is what I'm going to be doing 20 years from now, you know? So
yeah, it's very hard. Even like I was trying to put myself in their shoes and it's like, at that age, I couldn't imagine what I was going to be doing right now.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
I'd agree because, like, without the Curly Foundation, just dreams and aspirations, for example, like I went snowboarding. And that's something I never really thought I had a passion for. But it's like, yeah, I actually want to do that going in the future. Like, and also beating everybody in chess this week. So I definitely want to become a grandmaster. I see that for sure in my future.
Yeah, I want my rematch. So.
She's lost twice.
You got that, bro.
Nah, whatever.
She's
you don't have to say that on camera.
Anyway.
We're going to edit that out.
No, we're not. No, we're not, brother. Okay, I'll reset it. Okay.
I'll reset it.
So yeah, just being a part of the Curly Foundation, helping with tomorrow's headline, just seeing me, like allowing me to see like a career in snowboarding and being an Olympic snowboarder. And also a chess grandmaster too, because I feel like it's a hub of passionate people that are interested in chess. So it's good to share that common feeling.
Good deal. Yeah, nice. Awesome. So reflecting back on the entire week so far, why is a program like the Leadership Reflecting back on the week so far, why is a leadership summit like this one? Why is our program important for young Black men today?
For me, I believe that it's important because we don't have Black role models today. We don't have Black leadership. You know, they kind of erased that early on with the Black Panthers and just different people that tried to lead us and be stand-up men to make sure that our community was taken care of and our men are being raised right. So right now what we have is a group of educated Black men that all have one purpose to make sure that the future is in good hands. So we are all preparing them and giving them the game that we have learned upon this time of life. So they really need this because the only influence that they have right now is social media influencers. And they could tell you how to run off a cliff. And that's not the way you want to go.
And if you put it on TikTok, they gonna listen.
They gonna listen.
So it's like okay, and step one is what now? Okay,
literally.
all right.
Anything for clicks and trends.
Yeah.
For me, I'd say the reason why this work is so important is because one, it allows people to have that space to just be themselves. As Black teens, they don't really feel scrutinized by thinking about who's also in the room with me. It's a collective mind. It's like everyone's like chilling, having a good time, but also like it's very constructive.
No, that's good.
Yeah, and like just looking back at like my past, a role model and mentors was very important to me for my growth. Like when I was young, I was a part of a program similar to this, and if I hadn't joined that, I wouldn't have became the man that I am today. So I see the product that can come through this type of programs. So they are very much needed.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I definitely I think it's valuable. Like you said, there's not a lot of Black leaders today, and especially for young men. So it's super important. And so I'm glad that we have this, obviously. And obviously you guys are leaders in the program, and so them just having you guys is so pivotal, and Ellis, you coming through the program, like you've seen that, you know what I mean? So know the importance of having a leader, because you once saw leaders and looked up to that, and then look at you now, becoming that. So
yeah, I can speak on that for sure. I'd say it's very hard when everyone else is not like you, or all your friends are leaning towards one way, and you're like, it's kind of like you're the black sheep out of them all. Just going to college even is kind of unique in itself, because it's not a pathway that everyone chooses. And not a lot of people get to make it through as well. So being able to be a college graduate is dope, like to even say. With me being a recent graduate, I'd also say in this time it's very much hard, because they kind of like devalue college in a way. But it's also like it's an experience where you get to learn and grow and really identify who you are. Just to talk about the journey, it definitely took a village. Just like people like Martinez Anderson, like being one of my closest mentors. People like KC, OG Pops, Jayana.
did that hurt for you to say?
No, I just blanked, bro. I forgot your name. I forgot it. I said,
I'm wearing a name tag.
That's why I looked down. Did you see me look down? I said, Jayana. Oh, brother.
That is crazy.
Is so funny.
Ellis, don't ever call me again.
That is so funny.
That is funny.
But yeah,
and I think it's cool too that the young kings get to see us men and come all from different backgrounds and
Facts.
all have different stories.
Yeah.
And they're the same way, they all come from different backgrounds.
Right,
they all have different stories.
Yeah.
But they see that they can prevail through all of those differences and work together. You don't have to always just confide to, I need a group of people like me.
Yeah.
We're all different, but we can all learn from each other.
Yeah.
And just for them to see that is a great thing, because we're leading by example.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd even say, like, thinking about mentors like you, Trey T, being able to be vulnerable in front of other Black people and other Black men as well. I think that's very vulnerable, or not very, very vulnerable. I think that's very important to see, because people like my father always didn't express that in the best ways, like seeing him cry. The only time I seen him cry was after his mother had passed and he was going through it. But other than that, I've always seen like the anger side, or like displays of like unhealthy masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
And even seeing, my dad's a great person, by the way, like regardless of anything that he did, he's still a learning person, he's still growing. And I always thank him for everything he taught me, because literally, as much as I hate to try to not replicate him, he's still, like, I'm genetically supposed to be just like him at the end of the day. But yeah.
Yeah, that's real. So what's one thing that you guys would say you've been able to learn from a young king this week? And has there been any experience this year that has changed your view or given you a different perspective on mentorship?
During our rope,
the community rope.
The community rope.
Yeah.
I was boo-hooing.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
This is a very safe place for me. I'm able to be vulnerable, just knowing that I'm not being judged. So within that space, I expressed how it's hard as a man and as a father and as a teacher, as all these different roles, a mentor, different roles I play in society to have someone look at you as weak, and certain ways when you're vulnerable and just kind of like doing bad in a certain season, you kind of try to cover that up as a man, you know, like it's like I go through this on my own. I try to make my life not a burden on anyone else's life. So during that time, the Young Kings let me know, like, hey, if my dad would have cried in front of me, I probably would have been better emotionally today. So it showed me, like, hey, I probably should try to stop covering up this unhealthy masculinity, you know, just from what I've learned of just like, hey, man, don't cry, suck it up.
Right.
Like, however you feeling, like, forget all that, you know, like, you still got to go about business.
Yeah.
And yeah, that helped me out to understand, like, hey, when times get hard in front of my kids, I can cry.
Yeah.
You know, like, even in front of my students, if I'm too frustrated, it's like, hey, like, not right now type of thing. So that definitely opened my eyes to understand, like, even when I cry and be vulnerable, it's a lesson within it. So, yeah, that's what I learned.
That's real. That's a good one.
Yeah, bro. That's dope. For me, I'll probably say the biggest thing or things that I've noticed is learning styles within Young Kings, recognizing not every Young King is the same. More people need more structure, or like some Young Kings want criticism, like tougher, to the point criticism. Other kids just want a friend. You can also you can be that role model, but also develop like a friend relationship with them. Of course, there are boundaries to it, of course, like respect, but just also like, hey, bro, we can enjoy this space together too. So, yeah, it's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
That was a 2-part question. What was your?
It was a 2-part question.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys kind of touched on it a little bit too, but you
Okay.
can definitely feel free to elaborate. The other part was, has there been an experience that changed your view or gave you a new perspective on mentorship?
What you think, Ellis?
It's okay. You wanna go?
I kind of spoke on it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
kinda
You kind of
spoke on
touched
it.
on. Yeah, I think you guys have both touched on it.
Because
Yeah.
even like it changed my view, like, on mentorship, just all around. You know, just understanding that. They see you in the light of being successful, being a great king, just looking up to you as someone that they can be like, and it's like, if they don't see you in a vulnerable space, they're gonna feel like they cannot be that as they grow. So it's like that has definitely changed my perspective on mentorship. Just allowing them to see that other side of me.
For me, I'd probably say, even though he's my brother, but not like I always know this about him, is just realizing not everyone, like, when to back off, I guess, in a way. When to be considerate, when to be supportive and encouraging, not always super tough. Even though there's things you have to say and he needs to hear, and this goes for any young king too, is just finding places and times to say that.
Yeah, that balance.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like a tough love, if you will. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to be hard, but sometimes you have to be gentle as well. So, yeah, for sure.
And that's an ongoing balance.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
For sure. And
like,
especially being a parent. So,
as a parent,
it's hard.
like, I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
So it's literally an ongoing balance. So it's like, struggle is forever. Healing is forever.
Yes.
One of those things. That is forever.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah,
awesome.
You guys doing a good job.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on our show tonight. Is there any final thoughts that you guys want to say or share with the people?
I just appreciate the Crowley Foundation for having something like this. Like I said, I'm a product of a nonprofit that helps out young men. So I see what can come from it. Even if sometimes we feel like we're not always reaching them, even as myself as a teacher, but just to lead by example and put your foot out there to say that you're willing to do it is enough sometimes, and have the people around you with that same vision and that same will to just go to war with you about anything is like a great thing. So like that's part of one of my missions in life, and one of my purposes is to help out the future and help out underprivileged kids like myself, to understand that you can knock down all these barriers that they put up for Black men and for men, period. So, I just appreciate the Crowley Foundation. I'm grateful to be a part of it.
Yeah. My final remarks is a shout out to Nathan Poindexter, who unfortunately lost his life.
Hey, shout out to Nate. Rest in peace, Nate.
There was a young man who lost his life, unfortunately, too early, but he always, while the short time I knew him, he was very authentic and courageous and someone who wasn't afraid to speak his mind. He was definitely a leader in all sorts of fashions. So rest in peace.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching tonight. Like, comment, subscribe, share, send to your mamas, your daddies, your aunties, your uncles, your cousin, and we will catch you next time. Peace.
Yep. Peace.